Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Soli's Way, and again, this is my side of the story. Stay tuned and keep watching. I want to talk to you guys today when coming out of a bad breakup. How do you know you're ready for the next relationship? One of the things I did was I prayed about it. I honestly prayed about it. And I said to myself, I'm going to give myself a year. I'm going to give myself a year. I'm going to make sure I don't bring any baggage, any bad things from that past relationship to the new relationship. Only because, hopefully the next one will work out. That's eventually what I want. So I want to make sure that I'm over it, that I've moved on, that every bad habit I had in the past, I've learned from it, I moved on from it, and hopefully I won't do it in the new one. So with praying about it, I said to myself, I'm going to give myself a year. I'm just going to pray. God's going to send me somebody that is right for me, and I'm right for them, and etc. Vice versa. Now, with giving myself a year, don't get me wrong, I went out on dates. I got to know people, but I didn't want to rush into anything. I didn't want to just jump into anything either. But I took my time. So when that year was up, I was like, okay, I'm ready. I'm going to do this. That didn't happen because it wasn't on my time. It was on God's time. So that definitely didn't happen. I had to sit there and wait. So after a year, I realized, I learned so much. I got to know myself better. I got to love myself more. I understood why things didn't work out. What were my bad habits, not putting the blame on the other person as well as, myself. Because there were things that I allowed to happen. There were things I was doing and I was pushing. And then I said to myself, okay, I can't push anybody. I can't force things on someone. Especially if they don't want to do something, or if I don't want to do something, and it could be vice versa. So those were things I had to learn within that year about myself, and just about in general with when you're getting to know somebody else and you're getting to see another side of them. And one thing I learned for sure is you won't ever really know a person. Some people say, oh, you've been dating them for 5 months, or you've been with this person for 2 years. Honestly, to me, it doesn't make a difference. If it's been 2 years, if it's been 6 months, you honestly still won't know the person. And all you have to build on is trust, love, and respect. And that's something that I was lacking in my previous relationship. So I knew that I had to value myself, that I had to love myself so I can love the other person. I also had to make sure that I respect myself enough so I can respect them and demand respect back, And also that I was able to trust again, because I lost a lot of trust in my previous relationship. So I had to gain that trust back from other people as I was, going out on dates and getting to know people and stuff like that. I had to start trusting first. I think that was my biggest thing. I had to let go of that. Oh, who's that? Who you with? What are you doing? Etc. I had to let go of that and build that trust again. So one, I would be able to trust the next person I get into a relationship with, or that they will be able to trust me as well. I think those were like big main points I had to focus on. So with that, as I mentioned, I said I was going to give myself a year turning to 2 years turning to, I think, like 2 years and 6 months. And then I got into a relationship. And I felt like I needed that time. I needed that time for myself. I needed that time for me to get over what I had and make sure that, I don't bring none of that from my past into something new. And don't get me wrong, we still have that little part in the back of our mind that say, oh, what makes this person any better? Or what makes this person any different? Or are they the right one? We're thinking so many things. And trust me, I am an overthinker. So those things are running through my head 24/7. I'm thinking to myself, well, what if this? What if that? What if they do this again? Or, well, I don't mean again, but what if this happens to me again? Because it's happened to me previous. So I don't want it to keep happening. I don't want to fall in the same routine. So I just needed to understand that not everybody is the same. I'm not the same person I was before 2 years ago when I was in that relationship. I am a different person now, and I've learned from that. I've learned from my mistakes, and I know now what I want and what I'm looking for. when you meet someone new, make sure you let them know what it is that you're looking for, what you demand, and what you want, and say it. Be as honest as you possibly can with any relationship, situationship people say out there nowadays you walk into. Be as honest as you possibly can about what you want. Nowadays, you just have to be. I understand, you can't say this on the first date. You can't say that on the first date. But you have to stay true to who you are, which I'm very blunt. So I let people know what I want, when I want it. I don't like to beat around the bush. I like to be very open and honest and just let someone know, hey, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I want. Of course, I'm not going to scare you on the first day. But, as we develop a relationship, a friendship, I'm going to let you know, look, this is what I'm looking for. I don't want games. I just got out of this, etc. One other thing I learned from getting out of a bad breakup and building something new with somebody, don't bring up things from your past. Don't bring up things that that you were in before. Yes, you still want to give a background, I would say, about what you've been through, but don't get too much. Don't talk about them too much. Don't do none of those things. I mean, that's just my perspective. I feel like, you're kind of still hanging on to that baggage. You're still kind of thinking about it. You're still, you still have that mindset that, I went through this, and this person did this to me. And I just feel like, okay, you when you have that conversation, let it all out, talk about it, and move on from it. And I understand you want to let your new partner know, hey, this is what I went through. I really don't want to go through that again. I'm at this stage of my life that I just, I'm not there for the games, etc. Yes, you want to let them know those things. But I say just talk about it. Have that one conversation once and leave it there. And move on from it. If they ask again, okay, answer any question you have to answer. But I feel like just bringing it back up again can cause you to start thinking that way again. It can cause you to start going back into that routine. And I know because you already know these certain things when being in a relationship. Like, when someone's hiding something, or even if they're not hiding something, but you've already seen it in your previous relationship. Oh, that's when so-and-so was hiding something. They would do this, they would do that. So you start to react to those past feelings, to those past things, because you brought up some past feelings, some past, things about your relationship. So now you're thinking them as well, and maybe that's not the case, So I think it's very important to just leave what was in the past and move forward. And I know it's hard. That's why I believe in taking your time. And I've seen also that people will get out of a relationship that was, they were together for 2-3 years. But that person, they will get something new. And that person, they'll get married, within a year or less of that new relationship, which is not bad at all, which is amazing. That's when I say you don't really know a person. That's literally when I say that, because you could have been with somebody for over 2-3 years and said, wow, what did I do? What happened? And you can meet someone and be with them for 6 months, and it could be the most amazing thing ever. And that's where it comes in that, other people want to put timing on things. Do not put timing on something. Trust me, do not, because rather you've been with somebody for 6 months and you've been with someone for over 5 years. It honestly doesn't matter. You may know the person less in timing, but you may know them more because of what you've shared or what you've opened up about. Maybe you were with this person for 5 years and you didn't open up. They didn't open up. You weren't expressing things that you should have expressed to them. You weren't saying things that you should have said to them. So you kept it all in. And when it comes to timing and when it comes to knowing someone, I feel like it's more about how you communicate, how you trust each other, how you give to one another, so that you can build that relationship and say, okay, we can have more than what you've had before, or more than what I've had before. So I think that, as I said, the most important thing is to heal, trust, respect yourself, respect them, love yourself, and hopefully that will open up to you loving them as well. The best advice I can give is pray about it And you know, God's timing, it's his timing, and it will work out. Trust me when I say it, it will work out. I've seen so many beautiful and amazing things happen overall, not just in relationships, but in careers, in people's lives and their children. So I want you guys to stay tuned to the very end of this video before you decide to change the channel. Hey everybody, if you decide to change the channel, not the channel. You can change the channel because you're not watching TV, you're watching YouTube. My channel. Don't stress and be blessed. Don't stress and be blessed. Baby, I'm feeling no stress. I'm too fly to be depressed. Go on, girl. Ooh, the makeup like a fly, flickety fly. Alright. Woo! Okay, let's do it again. Let's do this. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys, and definitely what? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave your topics, comments, and questions below. Subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next Wednesday. Don't stress and be blessed.